Thank you so much for joining us here on Idaho Today. Choosing the right health insurance plan is not only important, it's also personal. And now is the time to make changes or choose a health insurance plan for you and your family. You may be searching for some answers or additional resources to inform your decision, but luckily we have Select Health here to help. We're joined now by Trent Nate to tell us all about it. Open enrollment. It's right now, but there's a deadline looming. Tell us about that.
Yeah, December 15th, so we're literally a few days away. So I'm sure nobody procrastinates like I do, but if you have, time is of the essence to figure out some options.
Okay, and what are some things people need to keep in mind when they're looking at health insurance for themselves?
Yeah, it can be a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot of options out there, but really to boil it down, first thing is to make sure you identify whatever savings are available through tax credits to lower your monthly premium. Secondly would be to ensure that whatever plan you're looking at includes the physicians and hospitals that you want to have access to. Prescription drug coverage is a big one. Make sure your prescriptions are covered and how they're covered with respect to the plan. And then a lot of plans have extra things that are worthy of consideration, like a gym reimbursement or virtual care options. So those are kind of the priorities as they navigate and look at potential options.
Okay, and is there anything new for 2023?
Yeah, it's kind of fun. We try to enhance our plans year over year. A few things I'll make mention of. One is we've tried to make prescriptions much more affordable, and specifically we're providing $0 coverage for medications that apply for COPD, asthma, and diabetes. So if you have one of those conditions, we can really lower the cost of your prescriptions in that. So we're excited about that. We've got expanded virtual care options, which are really, really exciting. And then I mentioned network before. Select Health now has plans that provide access to the St. Alphonsus Health Alliance. So some new network options moving into 2023, which we're excited about.
Well, that's fantastic to hear too. And you keep mentioning, saving money here, saving costs there, gym memberships included. That's a great way to save some money. A lot of us are really concerned about the rising costs of so many things, right? Gas, groceries. So what are some ways that your health insurance can actually help you watch the bottom line?
Absolutely. The first thing, and I mentioned it a bit earlier, but most Idahoans qualify for some sort of a tax credit, which can lower monthly premiums. About 80% of Idahoans do. So first step would be to identify that and see if we can lower that monthly premium. As far as month to month, I mentioned prescription drugs, finding the plan that gives you the lowest co-pays each month for your prescription drugs. And then we actually have a tool through RX Savings Solutions that will actually evaluate your prescriptions and provide lower cost alternatives. So those are all ways that we can lower month-to-month expenses, both from a premium perspective as well as how we access coverage.
Okay, Trent, so there's a lot of great options here for people, especially when it comes to saving money and finding that plan for themselves. But again, trying to find that plan for oneself can be challenging. I mean, let's face it. Insurance, health insurance in particular, is a bit intimidating, right? It's a lot to navigate.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, right? There's a reason we're sharing a list with all of you at home, so you're noting, those points that you need to pay attention to. But if they need help, though, can they reach out? Is there someone they can call? Tell us about the support that you have.
Yeah, for sure. The last thing we want is for folks to feel like they got to go at this alone. It can be fairly complicated and overwhelming, so there are a few options. We've got a wonderful community of professional agents that we work with that represent us as well as other insurance companies. So if you have an agent, engage them, reach out to them. They'll be very busy but willing to help. Also, you can call us directly. We'll provide a number for you today. And you can also get a tremendous amount of information through Your Health Idaho. They help identify those tax credits. You can shop plans. So you've got a lot of resources available to help navigate this complex thing.
Great. Okay, so people need to call the number right now on the bottom of the screen today, because as mentioned, that deadline is looming. You want to get the help. Make sure you know what type of plan you want to get. So again, when is the deadline?
The 15th, so just a few days away. So yeah, get on it.
All right, button it up before the holiday is here, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, take care of that so you can finish your Christmas shopping and all of your baking.
You're set for all of 2023.
There you go, and you can roll into the new year with a good feeling, right?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Thank you so much,
Trent.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it. Everyone, stick around because coming up right after the break, speaking of the holidays, you look very dapper, by the way, my friend. Looking good in that velvet jacket. We have our friend Chef Christina Murray. She's back in the Idaho Today kitchen, and she is mixing up some fun and festive goodies. Can't wait to see that. We'll have that right after the break. Seriously, she's